It's the final regular season game for the Clover Hill Cavaliers as the Varsity Cavs head over to Henrico County to take on the Warriors of Henrico High School. Cavaliers coming into this event looking to get into the playoffs and picking up a win here important for the Cavaliers. Cameron McCarthy kicks it downfield 42 yards and Saquon Crenshaw returns at 19 yards before Peyton Grider and Brian Davis make the stop. Cavalier defense doing his job. Malcolm Bell thrown for a 7-yard loss. Holland Fisher on the stop for the Cavs. Cavalier offense out after the punt. Joe Caleb looks for room to run. Can't find any there, but on the next play, he'll find 7 yards to the 50-yard line before Miles Groom makes the stop. Some help from penalties and some hard driving offense gets downfield. The Cavaliers on the move, and then Joe Caleb calling out the plays to his offense. Hands off there to number 5, Darius Moffitt. Moffitt getting a couple yards before a host of Henrico Warriors bring him down. Cavaliers not getting it easy on this drive, but on a 4th down, they'll go for it. Caleb drops back. He finds number 1, Holland Fisher in the end zone. Touchdown, Cavaliers, 21-yard touchdown play. Cameron McCarthy's going to come out. He's going to put the extra point through the uprights. Cavaliers lead 7-0 early in the game. Coach Nelson Curtis will be honored during the game, a former Henrico Warrior. Big star for Henrico back in 1979. Anyway, a kickoff by Cameron McCarthy, and the Warriors get a short return before Kyle Flaherty makes the stop with a host of other Cavaliers coming in for the help. But the Warriors having a tough time on offense on their next possession and troubles along the way. Then the pass broken up by Dimitri Evans. That'll force the punt. Cavalier offense takes over. Darius Moffitt, only a 1-yard gain. Ricky Freeman on the stop. And then Joe Caleb's pass intercepted. Craig Sprouse will make the stop. Warriors out trying to drive downfield. Short pass play again. Craig Sprouse on the stop here. Then the Warriors thrown for a loss here. Trevon Rogers, one of his 11 tackles on the night. Oh, and there is Stephen Walshak, a little-known brain of the Cavalier program. Joe Caleb's going to carry for 17 yards down to the 50 before Blaze Torrance makes the stop. That brings an end to the first quarter action, and on the sideline, the coaching staff trying to keep their team pumped up and focused. That's John Fountain. There's some of the help on the Cavaliers sidelines. Comes in all sizes. Cavaliers back out. Dimitri Evans gets the handoff. He's going to carry it 21 yards before he's finally brought to a halt by Linwood Roster and Ricky Freeman. Then the Cavaliers still driving downfield. Joel Caleb carrying for 11 yards. All extra effort here. He carries half the Henrico defense with him. And then it's Darius Moffitt. He gets the call, breaks out of the line, carries it 13 yards into the end zone. Touchdown, Clover Hill. Moffitt will have 111 yards on 16 carries. Cameron McCarthy's extra point attempt goes right through the uprights. Cavaliers lead 14-0. Henrico back out trying to get some points on the board, but they're stopped by the Cavaliers. Next possession for Clover Hill, their offense is stopped. Cavalier defense has to return to the field once more, trying to get focused, and they'll do just that. Wes Austin breaking up the pass here. Then the Warriors going deep downfield, but it's Dimitri Evans coming up with a pass. Cavaliers get the interception. They'll start off at their own 8-yard line. Darius Moffitt giving them a little bit of breathing room. Joel Caleb goes right, then doesn't see anything there. He comes back to the left-hand side, gets a couple of blocks, picks up a few yards. Cavalier drive continuing downfield. And this one, Moffitt again breaking free somehow of that line, and he gets a couple more yards for the Cavaliers. Then it's Caleb looking downfield. He finds Nick Soferino wide open, 31-yard gain for the Cavaliers. That even brings a smile to David Ziglock's face, and that just doesn't happen that often. Anyway, back to action. Cavaliers. Joe Caleb gets picked off this time. Ricky Freeman with the interception, and he takes it back deep into Cavalier territory. And then a couple plays later, it's Trevon Robinson rushing for 2 yards around the corner and into the end zone. Warriors on the scoreboard with 6. The extra point attempt goes through, and it's 7-14. Cavaliers get the ball back with the return. Joe Caleb carried it downfield 17 yards before he's finally brought to a stop by Idris Kizzy. Then it's Dimitri Evans carrying for 17 yards. He's going to take it for the first down. Linwood Roster on the stop for Henrico. Cavaliers stopped on that drive. Henrico with one last opportunity before the break in the half, and it's Derek Wells making the stop there for the Cavs. They'll go for the short pass, and it's picked up. Malcolm Bell's pass caught by Michael Smoot. He's going to carry it 23 yards before he's finally brought to a stop by Wes Austin and crew. And that's going to pretty much bring an end to the second quarter. Halftime break, and Tim Thaniel says, we're leading. That's right. We're going into halftime leading. Things looking pretty good. Opening kickoff of the second half, and it's the Cavaliers on the receiving end. Again, Joel Caleb on the carry. He returns it again 17 yards before Christian Johnson makes the stop. Then it's Dimitri Evans, a 4-yard carry before he's brought down by a host of Warriors. Darius Moffitt carrying it for 5 yards on the next one as he gets stopped by B.J. Hill and company, but he won't get stopped on the next one. Darius Moffitt finds a hole in the line, and he's going to go 65 yards untouched into the end zone. Touchdown, Clover Hill. Congratulations on the sideline through the coaching staff, and it's Cameron McCarthy coming out, Mr. Consistent. He puts it through the uprights, and Cavaliers lead 21-7 in this one. And that offensive line, Quentin Muscari, Peyton Grider, Chip Payne, all those guys getting congratulations. That offensive line, you don't hear a lot about those guys, but they're always out there plugging away. Cheerleaders on the sidelines, and they're doing their exercises. That's good. They needed some exercise. Hadn't been getting a lot lately, but now they got to do 21 push-ups and sit-ups for those that are slightly wounded. Cavalier kickoff. McCarthy's kick goes into the end zone, so the Warriors start from their own 20, and they get something going. Malcolm Bell completes to Marco Baylor for 23 yards, and then it's Bell rushing for 7 yards before Jalen Wood makes the stop. Wood back in the lineup. And then it's another carry by Bell. This one for 6 yards. James West and Ian Dorn make the stop. But finally, the Cavalier defense makes the stop against the Warriors. Warriors return the favor. Cavaliers forced to punt it away, and Blaze Torrance returns it 35 yards, plus gets a couple more yards on the penalty against the Cavs. And that sets the offense of the Warriors up with good field position. Malcolm Bell finds Ricky Freeman for 8 yards down to the 16. Peyton Grider on the stop. Then Bell completes to James Rowe for 12 yards. And the Warriors got a first down at the Cavs' 4-yard line. But things are going to get a little tougher here. Peyton Grider and Holland Fisher make a stop. Then it's Mo Gross making a stop for a loss of 3 yards. And then it's another stop. Trevon Rogers bringing him down for a loss of yardage. 5-yard loss on that one. Cavalier defense forcing the fourth down. Warriors going to have to go for it. They're at the 3-yard line, but the pass caught but stopped immediately by Peyton Grider and Dimitri Evans, and the Cavalier offense will take over. Defense making a stand at the goal line. Cavaliers now deep in their own territory, needing to get out of the hole. Caleb picks up a couple of yards here, gives them a little bit of breathing room, but they're stopped. Fourth down, they have to punt from their own end zone. McCarthy's kick heads downfield, but Blaze Torrance bobbles it, and it's number 87, Nick Solferino, coming up with the ball for the Cavaliers. He's going to come out of the pile holding on to it like a trophy, and he should. Big play there for the Cavaliers. Offense back out. Caleb looks downfield, finds Craig Sprouse, short gain. Cavalier drive, gets stopped. Peyton Grider on the side. Peyton's wearing a new number, 42. That's right. Not wearing his familiar 54. And then it's Caleb in the fourth quarter looking downfield. Cavalier offense stop. It's McCarthy back out, punch it away, and look at this one. It curves, gets at the soccer ball curve, and ends up at the 4-yard line where the Warriors will take over, and they get some room. Michael Smoot picking up 6 yards before Peyton Grider forces him out of bounds. And on the sideline, the Cavalier band is fired up. And they are rocking because they see a win in the future for the Cavs. And that defense is the reason. Look at the pressure there put on. But look at this. Nice completion here. Bell finding Baylor for a 32-yard gain. Joel Caleb and Jalen Wood on the stop. Then it's Darius Moffitt making the stop for no gain against the pass. The run here finally brought to a halt by Peyton Grider and Jalen Wood. Bell completes to Trevon Robinson for 36 yards down to the Cavalier 12-yard line. Dimitri Evans finally tracking him down, but that Cavalier defense fires right back, and it's Brian Davis with a big sack for Clover Hill. The Warriors drive stop. They can't get it in the end zone, and they're going to get a couple more tries, though, in the fourth quarter. But that Cavalier defense playing too tough there as Holland Fisher took a little bit of an injury there, but he'd be okay later on. Action back out. Cavaliers just trying to run some time off the clock there as Dimitri Evans gets the call. Back out on defense, though. The Cavaliers playing too tough for the Warriors. They're going to make the big stops. There's Fisher again with another nice stop. Last play of the game. They bobble the ball a little bit. He is stopped behind the line of scrimmage, and the Cavaliers get the victory 21-7 over the Warriors of Henrico, and they'll be heading to the playoffs against Dinwiddie.